You wouldn't want to carry £50,000 worth of valuables to a business meeting. But that was the situation the Mayor of Eastleigh faced whenever they were out on official duties.
The old Mace is actually a historic piece now, and it is actually incredibly valuable. And quite rightly, it's a silver gilt going back to 1936 when we were given the original charter. Obviously, we have to be mindful, about moving something historically and also very valuable around the borough at certain times when we have meetings.
It was back in 1936 that Eastleigh's original mace, now worth more than £45,000, was presented to the council by Pirelli. Today, under the new name Prysmian Group, the company still has a huge plant in the borough. While they primarily make cables and joints that live under the ground, Prysmian agreed to build the new mace.
Well, this is our 100-year anniversary, and we were involved in the original mace in 1936. So we thought it would be a fitting tribute, or a nice thing to do as part of our 100-year anniversary, to be involved with manufacturing a new mace. This time round, we wanted to make a slightly different challenge for ourselves, because we wanted to physically make 90% of the mace.
The design for the new mace was commissioned from a local artist who often uses historical objects as a basis for her works.
So we wanted to create a crown type head, so it's got that symbolic element to it that all maces have, but at the same time it's very modern, very contemporary. All of the glass panels at the top have been gilded, painted and inverse gilded with 22 karat gold.
As design ideas were drawn up, engineers turned them into 3D models that could be made by the factory's machines.
We put some models together, as you see, that was one of them, and you just take bits away and add bits, and eventually you come up with something that is happy for Carly Man and it's good enough for us to manufacture. All too often what happens is you come up with some weird and wonderful ideas, but in actual fact it's very difficult to manufacture and very costly. So you come up with a sort of compromise in the end of what the artist wants and what we can actually do and achieve.
It took about a year for the design to go from the drawing board into a fully finished product, with the artist and engineers making changes and solving problems along the way.
And we started off, of course, with a prototype. I've got one here. So this is a mini mace. It's pretty much identical to the full mace. It's got the windows, the openings and things, and the shape that we wanted. Once we were happy that we could achieve this, we then went to the larger version. We decided to manufacture the large mace in segments. That way it would make it easier when we wanted to reduce the weight at the end of the process. So we then screwed each segment together and machined it. And every stage of it, we were making things that we would not normally make. The types of shapes that we were dealing with is more to do with aesthetics and how pleasing it is to the eye. We make things for industry which are also pleasing to the eye, but at the end of the day, they're buried under the ground and they serve a function rather than looking like a nice piece of jewellery.
So the chosen design saw the mace made up of 6 metal sections that screw together. This allowed engineers to hollow out the inside of the mace, keeping it light and portable.
The mace actually ended up quite larger than we expected we were going to be, but the end product was very nice. I think the initial designs were a lot simpler. I think we were thinking along the lines more similar to what was the existing mace, a less complicated shape. The shape that we ended up selecting was more of a challenge for everyone to produce, but they did an excellent job.
The modern mace is made of brass and aluminium gilded with silver and 22 karat gold. Its crown has 3 glass panels emblazoned with the borough's crests using traditional stained glass painting.
I think it's very fitting, in effect, actually, that we now have another mace which sits very, very, very well, more contemporary design, very well with the original design, the original mace we have here, which will be able to accompany the mayor out to visits around the communities when she's out and about, or he's out and about doing their civic functions. So it's absolutely fantastic. And we didn't need to have a new mace, but it's really great that actually the opportunity was taken by Prysmian to work with local artists, but also with the Borough Council to forge stronger links into the future. It's fabulous.
The new mace has been presented to the Mayor and will soon be making trips out on official business.
It's just very humbling that it's going to be something that's around for so long, and it's a really symbolic piece as well. And I just feel very proud to be a part of it, really.
Far from being relegated, the old mace will be open to the public to see in a new cabinet that will take pride of place in the foyer of Eastleigh Borough Council. Charlotte Briere-Edney, Solent News Now.